Happy Wednesday. Slight technical difficulties, but we got it managed in just a short time. Amazing. Okay, so that was just the please stand by. That was the technical difficulties. My mic, or the camera wasn't working because, of course, had to reboot the computer. Of course. Okay, so I have noticed or ascertained that there are a few. Oh, happy Wednesday, Robert. I think you might still be out there in TV land. Thank you for watching. It's Wednesday. My name is AC. This is Dank RC's Wednesday workshop. We managed 2 weeks in a row. Last week, we built both or one of these wings, I think. I don't know. We did something. I think, oh, we put the winglet on. We made the winglet and put that on. And anyway, I have noticed that there are a few deficiencies in what I said when I said we were done soldering. Of course we're not done soldering because I've completely forgot about the lights. And I can't even remember if I had planned to put lights in the back, like back here, but we did plan on a ring light. That is what this piece of plastic, 3D printed plastic, is for. And so we're going to look for that. That should be in this bag. And have I even looked at it? No. Oh, yes. It is an Adafruit. An Adafruit, genuine Adafruit ring light. So we need to solder some wires. It fits on here like so. And of course, how do we get it on there? We're just going to hot glue it. I know that's kind of dangerous. There's no clips or anything holding it on. Yeah. So the wires have to go up top through there. And it can be removed, like unlike my previous versions of this when this was glued on. This is now screwed on, and so we can remove it. So we're going to start off by doing some wiring for that, and then we're going to think about, like, did I have other lights in here? What was my plan? I don't know. I don't even remember what I had planned. The other thing I think we were missing is a buzzer, a flight controller buzzer. So I've got one of those. So that's another soldering job. So now that we are, Robert, you said something. Now that we are sort of aligned to what we need to do, that is what we're going to do. So I need to have the hot glue gun on, which it is not. I need to have the soldering iron on, which it is not. So let's do the soldering iron first. And see, are you getting those lights, Arthur? Where are you getting them? Oh, where are you getting them? Okay, Adafruit, adafruit.com in the US. I believe they ship to Canada. I believe they do. Adafruit, but I know I have. I won't try to go on too much tangent, but yeah, this is how they come. This is another one from Adafruit. It's a number. What is the number on there? I'll put it right up to the camera, and maybe you can read it. Oh, that's terrible lighting. I can't read it, it's too small. That is the Adafruit number, adafruit.com. I need to wash my glasses, that's one thing. I also buy, this is the one I used on the Flurkin, the bigger size. They are higher quality than the ones that you would get from Banggood for sure. So I have a whole drawer full of this is the NeoPixel drawer, and I have many extra stuff that eventually I want to, back in my days when I had a little bit more disposable income than the pre-inflation days, used to get stuff like this on a whim. And so now I have several lights, and I also have, I think I've started to run out, but I had a bunch of the little round lights that I use all the time, and those are from Banggood. So that answers the light question, I hope, thoroughly. Banggood or Adafruit, those are where I get them. And these ones are the, what standard are they? 2812B or something like that. NeoPixels. The Adafruit calls them NeoPixels. And there should be some little round ones. Oh, these little guys are the ones that I buy at Banggood. You can buy them like 100 at a time. That's what I usually buy them. So I'm actually starting to run out. Oh, here's how they come. Like that. So they'll come in a package like a grid 10 by 10, but you just, or it's actually 5. Maybe they come in, I don't know what packaging I bought them in, but I bought 100 of them. And so now I'm thinking of using two inside, or like, I don't know. I'm in indecision. Oh, was I going to put them in the front? Should put them in the front, maybe. Let's get an individual one. I think I made this. Yes, I did. I don't know if we're going to be able to see because of my horrible lighting. Oh, and they don't quite fit in there, of course. Yes, they do. So I could put them in the front and they would stick out like that. There's one. There, the other one would go right there. That's what we'll do. Then we'll have all the wires going that way. Okay, so this is our, we still won't be close to finishing this today because you know me, it'll take me forever. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop these out, and we're going to stick them on the soldering table like that, right where they're supposed to go. We're going to get 1, 2. Where's the other one? Right here. And then we've got to decide they're going to come this way. Yeah, they're going to be pointed that way. That's going to be the end. They're pointing that way. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we'll make a mark. I'm going to mark right here. From this point to this point. That's our wiring. We're going to put the wings aside. Put the wings aside, and we will get right to work. Let's get right to work. We'll use 28 gauge, and we'll use green, blue. What color do I usually use? I don't know. We'll use blue and white and red. Blue, white, and red. And we'll measure out how much we're going to use for this first part. We'll do this first part first. Get a little extra so we can give it a little twisty twist. Like so. And then double check. Yes. And we'll cut it. Oh, I didn't even Yeah, this is what I'm doing. I didn't even do it in front of the camera, of course, right like that, because I've got the two pieces down there on the table. And we'll cut it like so. That'll be the first leg. The first leg of wiring. It's actually the last leg, because the way we're going to number these is going to be 0. Oops. Gosh, I didn't switch. 0 through 12. 0 through 11. And then 12 and 13. So this corner light will be 13. I hope that makes sense in iNav. Okay. So now, let's get all this stuff positioned properly. Get our wires. Oh, I just smashed into the VTX. So let's get this out of the way. I need to be more careful with this plane. Okay, and we'll put that there, and that there. And we're going to get some plasticky stuff. Minus 33. So what we have today is this horrible weather. It's right now, I thought it would be colder. It's like right now, I think it's exactly close to freezing because we're having this terrible freezing rain. And we're supposed to have a lot of snow, but the snow has yet to arrive, and we're going to have not a lot compared to what you guys get. We're going to have 3 to 5 inches, a lot for us these days. Anyway, I hope you stay warm over the holidays and all that kind of stuff, because man, it's going to be brutal out there. Okay, we're going to move this so I can get it sort of in the center and be a halfway decent camera person. And hopefully, let's see, we're going to position some of this stuff. So we'll position this over here this way. That way I can be going doink, 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 like that. Doink, 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 and have the soldering right there. Okay. So let's put this back over here. Whoa. Jesus, I almost broke my favorite tool of all time. Okay, now I need a couple other things. Water. I need to have water for the soldering sponge. I think last week we had a discussion as to what we use for I like the sponge. I definitely do the sponge. This sponge costs $8. A genuine Hacko sponge on Amazon costs $8. Well, I bought this right before the pandemic, so whatever it costs now, it's probably $16. Okay. One sponge. And you don't buy the cheap imitation ones because they'll actually stink and burn up and blech. Okay. We have 1.5 feet. Oh, yeah. Well, the winter's just getting started. I bet. Okay. It's going to be basically the high on tomorrow or Friday is going to be -1 Fahrenheit. And yeah, that's brutal. It's going to be, and 50-mile-an-hour winds. Very fast. High wind situation. Okay. I wish this was further away, but where is it? Here, hold on. We're still going to rearrange. We're rearranging some more. Let's put this over here. Put this way. Okay. There we go. Act as if I'm... Oh, the one thing I do want to purchase, I want to go on a tangent here. I want to purchase a hot air station. And I'm going to purchase a cheapy one from Amazon in January. Even though I'm not supposed to be doing stuff like that. Okay, so we don't have to do the end one on this one. This is the corner one, so we only have to do this 3 pads on this one. Or tinning pads, of course. And then we have to do all 6 pads on this one. So I'm going to clean this a little bit because it's getting a little nasty. These pads tin pretty easily. They heat up pretty quick. Okay. Especially when you have a super hot iron like I have. 400 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now we're going to get our little wire bits, which I've already lost. There's 2. Where's the blue one? I knock everything around with my long sleeves. Must be underneath. There it is. Underneath. Okay. Get this back in where it's supposed to be, in the center here. Yeah, 1.5 feet. We have 1.5 feet. That doesn't seem like you guys would get. Yeah, on your temperature, I wish. Uh-huh. Yeah, we're going to get 3 to 5 inches, supposedly. And that, everybody acts like it's going to be the end of the world around here. It's not. We've had giant snowstorms before. We get snow almost every winter, but in the olden days, when I first moved here, we would get snow every year, no matter what. We'd never have a snowless winter, but now we get snowless winters. Okay, I've got the cutter, or the whatever this thing is, stripper. We didn't tin these. Okay, so the blue wire is going to be that, and these are way too long, aren't they? But we're going to twist them up. Way too long. What waste. We'll leave them that long for twisting, I guess. Okay. I know I just keep saying that, but okay. We should have all these stripped so we can tin them all at the same time. Let's be efficient here. That one. I think I'm stripping these too much for these little tiny pads. That's probably more like it. That might be a little too short. So now it'll be too long. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Well, it's not. I'm not building a mission to space or anything here. Let's hope anyway. Fly away plane, that would suck. Okay. I haven't flown in all this time. I really want to go flying one of these days. That'd be really nice. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this around because my quirks of my life here. I'm going to put all of this back into I've got to do it this way. Isn't it terrible? I've got 4 to 5 feet. 4 to 5 feet. Yeah, that's serious. And it never melts away either, I bet. So it sticks. It stays. That 4 to 5 feet stays the whole time. We don't have that here anymore for sure. But even when we got big snows, they would disappear. Okay, I'm trying to solder this with my shaky hands. That turned out pretty good. The blue one is next. The problem is I should be using those little tweezers, but oh, see there, that was a mess up. Could look better, but it's okay. I have shaky hands today for sure. Excuse me. I still haven't programmed a mute button to push when I do things like clear my throat. Okay, so now we can turn this whole thing around again. Why I'm doing that, I don't know, because I want to put it back on the spots. Back on where I marked it here. Oh, it actually melts a few times. Okay. All right. Even up there. Oh, it's parts of the Arctic are the fastest warming parts of the planet right now. They're warming way faster than closer to the equator. Okay, where are we? We are trimming these guys. Oh, I got to use 26. 26. And twisting them. They're very tiny little wires, but we like that. Saves weight, right? Okay, that seems a little too long, but we're going to twist it up and then see. And then if it's still too long, well, we'll just see. We will just see how it goes. I actually like snow. I just don't like the way people drive. If I could just not have to deal with other people on the road and their insane inability to understand that things change when it gets, like right now it's literally ice outside, and there'll be accidents all over the place because people will drive like there's no ice when they know, they're thinking human beings, they should know that there's some ice on the road. It's literally icing outside. It's like coming down in pellets of ice onto their cars and everything else that they have, but yet then they get in their car and then they drive like there's no ice. It's insane. Okay, I think if I hold it with my fingers instead of my pliers, I'm going to burn my fingers a little bit, but it will be a little bit better, less shaky. Okay, I'm assessing my visual situation. Like, why am I doing this with these glasses? But these are magnifying glasses. So blue to blue and red to plus. And black to minus. Common, ground, whatever you're going to call it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take these and twist them up and see how much volume or length we lose. Because they do tend to stretch, because I want it to be nice and tight. That makes for a cleaner build. I don't know about the electrical interference. I shouldn't speak to that because I don't know. But I know a lot of people think or do twisty on DC powered wires. Do twisties. Okay, we still have quite a bit of length, but it'll just look like that. So then we're going to put a bunch. Now we're going to calculate how much we need for the rest. Yeah, black ice, we get that. It's polished from the wind. Oh, it's polished from the wind. Whoa, that sounds wicked. Yeah, well, we get, I mean, they call it black ice. I'm not sure if it's quite as severe as that, what you're referring to there. But we certainly have an ice situation right now where if you had, like my driveway, you can't tell it's ice. It looks shiny and wet, but it's not. And then there's other parts that look dry and they're icy. Okay, that's basically, let's kind of fit it in there. If we have to shorten it, we will. We can do that. It's not such a big deal. It's not like I'm an efficient builder or anything. So let's get that stuck in there. And that one's stuck in here. And if I can get it, I'll just glue it. I'll put a dab of glue where the wires are. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're just going to leave it like that. Then we will go long way. So now is where we're going to measure the wires for going back to back here. We'll use this area as the area where we will be like connecting the wires from the back. Okay, wrong color. We need red, not white. So we have the back ring and we have the front two lights. Now the question is, will we be adding any other lights? Like I usually like to have a flashing light too. But if I have a light up here, I don't want it to interfere with this thing, which is going to be right here. So we won't put a light up there. We can put it inside though. Yeah, we'll put it inside. We might add a third light. Okay, so we're going to, I've got these finally lined up. That's what I was doing off camera because I can't seem to remember that I'm doing a live stream. And we're going to measure out. So we're going from here along this front, and then we're going to go all the way back to here. So, and we'll just cut off. Do it that much. Okay, that's our cutting point. Give it a little bit more. Okay, set that aside. I know I say that every time, but these things, these are good. Get the 50-foot one because, you know, if you're a builder and you're building these kind of planes, that VTX we're going to have to figure out. I didn't really do a very good job of figuring that out. It's a little wobbly. Of course, it's going to have a piece of foam board on top. But okay, so next we're going to solder this onto the lights, which are back here. So we're going to go back to where we were. Skate from my house to my shop, 3 miles. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, and I guess does everybody ice skate up there? Because like all the lakes, I know some places in northern Canada and central northern Canada, I guess is where Canada's so huge. The lakes freeze over and people drive across the lakes. That would never happen here. At least not until the next ice age. I guess technically, we might be in the Anthropocene now, but we are really in the last cycle of precession. What were we in? Really, we're at the trailing edge of the last ice age. I mean, there are still ice caps. Not much, but there's still some. So, there you go. But now we're in the Anthropocene. Could be. I'll be gone before that determination is made, but yeah. Ice fishing. Yeah, 2 foot plus. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I watched this guy on YouTube, Chad, living the van life, and I think I've mentioned this before, probably. This is one of my rambles. I won't ramble on it then, because I think I rambled before. But he drove to the Arctic Circle, and I just think that's so cool. He drove to the Arctic Ocean, excuse me. Which you couldn't see, because it was just the same white. You couldn't see where the ocean started, where he was, because it was just completely frozen over. But there was a sign that said Arctic Ocean. And then just the wind blasting 20 million miles an hour, snow drifts and ice and white, everything white. White, white, white. No trees, no sky, it was the ground and the sky, the horizon was indecipherable from. It's crazy. Okay. We got to flip this around, so we'll just do this. Why do the whole board? Why am I such a weirdo? Okay. Scooch this over this way. And drilling rig, yeah. Beaufort Sea. Yeah, that's way up there. Yep. That's got to be some serious work, man. Drilling rig up in the Arctic. Very serious. I don't have enough coveralls to cover my skinny ass up so that I could survive. Oh my gosh. I do like working outside in the winter though. Once I get into a groove, you warm up in your own little, inside your coveralls if you got the right kind of layering on. Not cotton. Cotton kills, right? But something else. Wool, polyester blend of some sort, I suppose. Yes, get all layered up. The coveralls are key, at least for me. The coveralls that I have, the regular. They're this tomorrow, if I have to go out, which I hope I don't, I might have to go into work, but I'll be wearing the coveralls. If it starts like at midnight, like it's supposed to. Black flies, yeah, and as soon as springtime comes. And polar bears. I know everybody. I also watch this channel. These people are in Slavobard. It's like, so way east of you, up in, it's like a, I can't remember which Nordic country owns it. Anyway, it's basically a Scandinavian country, part of, which country? I can't remember. Anyway, it's an island, and there's polar bears on the island, and everybody has to, if you go out of town, which the town is very small, you have to carry a rifle with you, like by law. And that, not that you go out searching for polar bears, but it's just if you run into a polar bear and you get yourself into a situation where it's you or the polar bear, you need to have that rifle so that it's the polar bear and not you. But black flies, so that we had those in northern Michigan, man. I didn't live in northern Michigan, but I'm from Michigan. I'm from southern Michigan, and the southerners, we used to go up there for our vacation spots every once in a while. So when I was a kid, my dad sometimes took us, not very often, but he took us up north, and the flies, the black biting flies, man, they're vicious. Okay, there's my twisty. So let's see how the length turned out for that. Oh. Stick that in there. I still didn't remember to turn on the glue gun. Put that in there. Okay. And this will go, oh yeah, that'll be fine. Over the camera. We'll go on the same path as the these other wires over here. These other wires will be going along here. That goes to the little IR gun, infrared gun. Okay. So next, what do we need to do? We'll do the wires for the ring. And we'll just bring those back that way. So we're going to make the wires for the ring. I have to say, our weather pattern here in Kansas is pretty decent. I mean, it's not like the coast of Southern California decent. Like well, if there were no people there and no smog, the weather there would be like absolutely perfect almost all year. Because I've been there for periods of time, and it is like just amazing. Like if you like your temperatures in the 70s, there's a good part of the year where it's just like in the 70s all the time. Anyway, okay, that's how long we're gonna go. It's probably, yeah. Wait, we're gonna go. Oh, we're gonna have to have 4 wires going to that, because we're going to have a digital in and a digital out. Okay, so let's have a green wire. So the green wire can be a digital in. So really, these can be shorter. I'll just make these like this long. That's how long these are going to be. Let's not lose track. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing because my camera sucks. Everything about this camera setup just sucks, but it's a little bit better than the blurry camera I used to have there, that it was blurry all the time. This one's only blurry some of the time. Okay, so now the blue one is going to go out, so I want to have a little extra length, and we'll figure out how that's going to work. Okay, so yeah, we'll just cut that off right there. Okay. So we will now, we'll do the ring end first. That way we'll figure out where the ring goes. And what I like to do on these is we're going to do it we're basically going to stick it in the front, through the front, and we'll wrap it really close to, I'll show you. Okay, so what I don't like about these rings is that the pins are so far apart. I wish they would just have them all together in one spot. Why don't they do that? I don't know, but they have the data out, data in. They have 2 ground connections and 2 power connections. But look how far apart they are. They don't need to be that far apart. They could have been all together. So that part, that reasoning, that whatever they did there, hey, I could put this a little closer. There we go. Valencia, California. So which part of California is that? That sounds familiar. Valencia. Valencia, is that like near, like an hour away from, I can think of the suburb, Clovis. What is the city? Oh, shit. Anyway, can't think of it. Can't think of what that town is called. I know those suburbs called like Clovis or something. And then Valencia is like north, like an hour north. Is that right? Is that the town I'm thinking of? That's blurry. Super blurry. Okay, is it crispy now? I'm just noticing that it's very blurry. I hope it's crispier now. I'm waiting to see. We've already been online for an hour. Holy smokes. Oh, there. It's a little bit more in focus. Okay. Let's strip all these things. I should get it under the camera and then make sure I'm stripping a decent amount. Pay attention to what I'm doing. Yes, that's always good. Miles from Six Flags outside of Bakersfield. Yeah, okay, Bakersfield. So that's west of or east of LA. Bakersfield. South Central California. In the Central Valley. I think. Gosh, I don't know my geography as well as I feel like I should. Geography was one of my favorite subjects. And I also liked like city planning, urban planning, demographics, all that kind of stuff. And geology. Geography is way different than geology, I understand, but kind of related to oil drilling. You got to know your geology to do that. Or drilling for anything, really. Drilling any kind of drill rig, you got to know what you're drilling into, how far you want to go, what you're going to run into between here and there. Very fascinating subject, planet Earth. Okay, now, did I make a mistake by tinning these first? I hope not. But the idea is that, like, okay, so this one's going to be data input. So there's only one data input. It's going to go there. I'm doing it that way. Then I'm going to wrap it around. That way there's no wires in the back to get in the way of my gluing. So here's how we're going to just do that. We stick it through. We're not tinning this hole or anything. We're going to just do it like this. We're just going to zap it. And it's just done. That easy. And the blue one will be the data out. Excuse me. I am suffering from allergies, of course. I had to blow my nose 10 times before we started this live stream. And I do need to do it again, but we're going to see if I can survive through the whole thing. I wonder if I got this on camera. I think I do. Yes, I do. Come on, get in there. There we go. So data in, data out, and 5 volts and ground. So we're going to go, ground is over here. We're going to stick that through. Why can't I? I can't seem to get a hold of it. Like so. I kind of want it to go, do I want it to go this way? Like that. Get it kind of sticking straight up and down. Two miles from Six Flags Magic Mountain. Gosh, Six Flags is in trouble, I think. Some of their parks they've been closing in the past. I think they got hurt by the pandemic too, of course, like so many other things. In my, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. In my younger days, I loved roller coasters. And now that I'm kind of an old man, I'm not as, okay, so these are going to be 2 different lengths. So now I didn't anticipate that, but I hope I gave it enough extra. Let's go this way. I used to love roller coasters, but now, back then when I used to love them, they were a lot less. I mean, there's been a lot of enhancements, I guess you would say, to the roller coaster experience from back in the day, like in the late 70s. Okay, there's our ring with all of our 4 wires attached. Now, how do I do this? I'm going to, I think, use a little bit of hot glue and try to get these all to go to a certain spot, like right there. So mostly the power and the ground, so it's like that. And then that'll be the top. So, do you think we can do it? We're going to burn my fingers a little bit, but that's what we're going to do. And of course, I have still not plugged in the hot glue gun. So now that's plugged in. Okay, where are we? What time is it? Look I've been working seriously hard. It's 9 o'clock, halfway through. We're making progress. What can we do while we're waiting for the hot glue gun to warm up? That needs hot glue. That needs hot glue. we're going to make a connector, but we kind of want to glue the wires on here before we do that. We could start to fit. No, I don't want to fit the wings until I do have, make sure I have a spar. Here is our spar. I've even got markings on it. So that's ready to go. There should actually, oh, I'm going to cut that spar and then I'll mark the second one. Okay, so what else do we have? I wish I had some news or something, like I bought an airplane or I built an airplane. No, I've done nothing. I'm looking over at all my airplane projects. Things are kind of a mess down here right now. It's like there is more things. They're all organized into plastic bins, but like several of the things that were in my car that I take to the field, I took out for the winter because it's just way cold down there, out there. So I took everything out. I still haven't looked at any videos of the new plane that's been released, which I keep forgetting the name of. I've been busy at work. I had somebody that I had just hired recently. They left on good terms. They got a better job, which isn't hard to do when you're working the public sector in the lowly areas of the public sector. I understand there's some parts of the public sector where it could be lucrative, I suppose, mostly due to corruption probably, but not the part of public sector I work in. Anyway, so I'll be back by myself at work, basically handling all the things until somebody new we can get hired, which means I have to go through the whole hiring process again. Oh, this is going to take a few minutes. I should try the new glue gun. All right, we're going to turn off my heater, Bunny. 1 second. Let's see. I'm going to have a drink. Mute the mic. Oh man, really? That's like a serious plane, right? That's what we'll do. That's our interlude. 1 second. 1 second here. I remember that plane. Let's do a switcheroo here. There we go. VTOL project, but this plane. Oh, so how are the wing connectors? What am I trying to say? Boy, this is a bad search result. Here we go. My Fly Dream. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. No longer available. Okay, so do they have the pictures? There's like a connector inside of there, right? Or that gray. How is that? It's very interesting. Where are the better pictures? My Fly Dream. My Fly Dream. There we go. There we go. I wonder if they have the old ones. News update. There it is. Oh, that's the VTOL one. That's pretty elaborate VTOL. Is yours a VTOL? No, right? You're not building a VTOL. Video. It's all VTOL. All VTOL all the time. 1600. It looks like it's the same plane with a different wing. No. Is that the VTOL mechanism? Great connector. Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Okay. If I ever see one of those. That one has the standard tail, so the crosswind is a little bit different. That'd probably be more my speed. There's a VTOL tilt rotor. Oh, tilt rotor. Oh yeah, well that's VTOL. Nimbus. Boy, they're really going all in on some of these. This is some high-end stuff they've got here, right? Oh, that's just a regular Bluetooth module. They don't have the 1800 anymore. Yeah, it's a bummer. Products. It's another couple minutes till the thing is heated up. Glue gun. Crosswind. That one is got the conventional tail, and the body's different. Yeah. Good plane, man. That's serious. Okay. Hold on. Going to sneeze and blow my nose for a second. All right, I think I can sort of breathe now. Foxtech sells it. I think I saw that in the listing there, in the Google results or whatever I had. DuckDuckGo results. Let's go back. Foxtech right here. Oh, this is a VTOL version. Oh, and you've got, look at it. It says mapping survey. Did it say spraying somewhere? Can it carry like a heavy ass payload? All right, let's see. That comes with everything. That crazy ass radio. Maybe not. Oh, look at all the different versions. $659. Oh my God. What is that thing? This is some serious. Oh, look at that. That's some kind of digital something or another. Pixhawk. Look at all the different versions they have. Huh. Interesting. All right. Featured products. Fixed wing. Where's just the fixed wing? Nimbus. Oh. I lost that screen. Okay. This is the featured products page, that's why. It's all VTOL now. Crop management. Yeah, that's what I was figuring you use it for. Something with your fields out there. Yeah, they do that. Of course, I work in the Department of Agronomy, so there's definitely lots of people doing. They mostly use quads, though, because of, I guess, the limited size of their fields, maybe, and they think they're just doing experimental stuff, so they're not doing it for real production. I guess maybe that would be what I would say as to why, although they do have some fixed wing stuff. Right now, the people there don't really know. I think I know more about flying fixed wing than they do. And I'm not saying anything great about me, trust me, because I'm not. everybody I know who flies RC is a better pilot than me. So there you go. Okay, we're gonna try this glue. We're gonna see if it's starting to come out. Yeah. Okay, and we'll have this screen here. So or this view. And let's see if I can manage to just put a little bit of glue along here. Like that, and then just stick this wire on there like so. And I'm just going to hold it there. I'm just going to hold it like that and hope that that's enough. I can put some more on after it's on the plane. But I don't want to put too much because I don't want it to add extra weight in the back. Although we do need weight in the back for CG on this plane. So just hold it here for another, watch grass grow for another minute or so. Not in a whole other minute, but what you were saying, shaky leg before maiden flight isn't the best. I have MX450 drone and H2 receiver, H12 receiver. MX450. That one I think I've heard of before. Yeah, so you've got like real stuff for flying around. And okay, so we're going to make this the point where the blue wire is. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I get so shaky. I can't imagine how shaky I would be trying to fly that Nimbus for the first time. Okay, whoops. A little bit more right there. We're going to push all this like that, and then I'm just going to hold it like that. It really is different to the center of the screen. Oh, it's because the camera's at an angle. Now I can see why it's way over here. Yep. Shaky leg. That's, oh my God. Did you see that in my videos? Did I show that? Even when I was sitting down to, after I threw the Flurkin up for the first time. I mean, come on, that plane doesn't cost anything to build compared to a real, like a Nimbus. Holy smokes. I look at that video and laugh, but excuse me, but yeah, that is good stuff. Okay, I'm just going to hold this for a little bit longer. Looks pretty good. I want to keep it flat on the bottom. In fact, we're going to maybe trim those up if they're sticking out too far. We'll see. Oh, so now we're going to do, oh, it didn't hold. Look at that. It didn't hold at all. Did not hold at all. It just pops right off. We're going to put more on then. I hold it like that. I just got to get it to stick long enough to get it on the plane in a neat and orderly fashion. Oh, it's just one customer base for your toys. Well, yeah, that's nice. I mean, you got a real business, so I'm just goofing around. I'm not doing, I mean, this, maybe if I was doing stuff for the university for drones instead of IT, for crop management and all that. Okay, there. I'm going to try to be more liberal with the glue. I'll just do that little bit for now. Maybe put some glue on top. Whoa, that was a little bit too much. Let's see here. Okay. It's way sloppier now than it was when I first put it on. I'm glad I could provide some entertainment. I'm always good for that. Okay, here we go. We're going to put some right here. I'm going to even try to lift up a little bit and get it kind of swished around underneath. Like so. Now I'm going to hold it there like that. And get that blob off of there. Whoops. There. What a mess. It won't be noticeable though. Wet rag when you do this, Arthur. Smooth it out at the same time. Yeah, if I was smart and talented, like if I was like some kind of like hot glue artist, I'll practice with that off camera. Okay, so that's kind of what I was shooting for. And so I'm going to do one more thing, and that's put a little bit of glue just right, kind of like that. And just let it kind of be where all that stuff is starting to come off the ring. And that'll be on top. I see what you're saying. So what kind of, I just think wet rag, and then it would make, I just would have to practice that kind of thing. That's what I should be doing, is twisting it right at the beginning there. There. That's better. I should also be going back that way, because it's got to go back. So that's going to be the top right there. This is what I've been trying to achieve with my hot glue artistry. Now that's going to make me laugh and fall off the chair. Words my and artistry in the same sentence. That's what's going to make me fall off the chair. I'm sorry about my voice, but holy smokes, I realize when I talk even more that the allergies are worse. I try not to talk a lot, I guess. I've learned just to keep my mouth shut. Try not to talk a lot. Just keep my mouth shut so I don't lose my voice and sound like a gurgly mess. Gosh, I hope these don't end up being too short. After all my wire cutting, these ones are going to end up being too short. I can just sense it. Okay, so there is the finished, sort of finished ring portion. Let's kind of see how it's going to fit on there. That's what I was thinking, just like that. And I'm going to take it off camera for a second. There's very little space between the motor and the ring. But the ring has a piece of plastic between. I should say there's very little space between the motor and the 3D printed mount. And that 3D printed mount does provide a little ledge to keep the ring itself from hitting the motor. So I think we can just glue it on there right now. And of course, I really did cut the red. So I know what we'll do. We're going to just go the green is long enough, but the red and the black are not. So we're going to make a new plug with the green and new red and black, and we'll solder all those together. Okay, so I think I should just glue this on, but I'm going to wait until I make sure that I have the motor on tight. So that means, do I have the motor on tight? I can take this off afterwards, right? Right. Okay, we're going to put this on. I'm going to put this on, and it goes on right like that. That glue is a mess, but we're going to try to hide it later after I get this all on. Okay. So, sorry, I'm going to have to do this. We're just going to switch to this camera for a second because I don't think I can make it where it looks good. That was easy. Okay, now we'll put it back. Okay, that's what a goopy mess there. But we can actually clean this up a little. We can clean it up by going carefully with my cutters. So long as we don't cut any wires. Cut that. Okay, we're going to live with that. Alrighty. So the blue and the black and the white are all going to be twisted up. That's what I should have done before. That's the mistake I made. Not twisting it up first. Oh, let's get it on camera if we can. That's just going to go. We'll zip tie that or something around there. We'll see. Okay, so the LED goes to, oh, let me see which port it goes to. It goes right there. The closest, the best possible scenario. Okay. Excellent. So what are we going to do next? We're going to, I should have waited to glue this, of course. I always say that after I glue something. It doesn't matter. It's no harm, no foul. I could take this off if I really wanted to. Just keep twisting it up. Oh, let's put the camera somewhere nice. Twisting it up. And then let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to go this guy. I think we should glue this in too. Me telling myself not to glue things. Let's glue things. So how are we going to do this? We are going to put a glop of glue down there, and then I'm just going to stick my finger in it a little bit. Or, alternatively, put it down there and put a glop of glue on top of it. I don't know how I should do this. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in there. Like that. Then I'm going to stick this in there. Yes, I got it in. Can't see, I'm sorry, but such is the way of me building an airplane and my crappy live streaming skills. Okay, now I'm going to put a glop of glue on top. Like so. And now I will wait. Then we'll do the next one. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. So you get yourself a wet rag and smooth it out. Right, but what kind of rag and what happens with the glue when the rag touches it? That's what I want to know. I gotta practice. I'll have to practice that. I think that's a great idea, but I'll have to practice it. Oh, the soldering station is still on. We're going to turn it off for now. Clean off the tip. Oh, get it away from the... Okay, now we're going to glue the next light. So we're just going to put a little tiny drizzle in there. Hopefully right at the bottom edge like that. And then stick this in there. Get in there. There we go. Ouch. It's a little hot, but I'm surviving. Just going to keep it like that. I'm just pushing on it with my finger. It cures like the glue right away. It's like lint on a t-shirt. Okay. Like a t-shirt. Okay. I'll do it. I got lots of t-shirts. I mean, t-shirts that I've kept for rags. I should clarify. Okay, so now what I'm going to do the next thing is I'm going to put a little drizzle of glue. And I kind of push this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to put a little drizzle of glue. This, I've spilled some glue onto the 3D printed piece here. Let me get that off first. I guess I should use some alcohol. Doesn't matter. Oh, whoops. There's a piece of plastic I'm ripping off. Fine 3D print there. Okay. I'm going to put a little drizzle of glue right on that spot there. I've already glued the gun in. And that way I'm going to push this down right above the camera. Right, like, I think I know how to do it. I should have this thing standing up somehow. Let's see, hold on. I'm rethinking my, okay. There. I'm going to put a little drizzle of glue. Right, like that. Okay. It's basically right where I wanted it. Now I'm going to try to get some glue on top of the wire. That's where I need a wet rag to do the hot glue artistry. Okay, yeah, I blocked it so you can't see it, of course. Oh, hold it. Keep holding it. I don't even think you can see down in there because it's too dark, but now what I really need to do is keep holding it and put some glue on top. I've got to do it this way. Oh shit, I got some in the camera hole, I think. Nope, I missed the camera hole. Good. Okay, I'm just going to hold it. So we're just gluing right inside of there. So there you can see all the wiring for the lights, sort of. I need a little tiny ring light around this USB light webcam. Since I can't afford a new camera here, I could afford I could definitely afford to make a little ring light with the things that I already have. That's what I should do. 12 volt powered light around this USB. Okay, so I don't think I like the way that light is in the front there, but ooh, I definitely don't like the way the light's in the front on this one. It's off. So we're going to have to fix that, I think. It's not good. We'll fix that later. That can be an after it's built project to fix that. I don't like the way this one is, the one in the corner is sticking through the hole in the front, but we'll live with it for now, because we're going to build the connector back here where these things all come together. We're going to figure that part out now. We got 25 minutes to go. We're going to get that part done. The trick is to keep the rag wet but not too wet, kind of like the sponge on a soldering station. Interesting. Here I've got my hot glue gun trying to melt a hole through the... I'm glad they use super high temp wire on my Hacko. Okay. Taking a drink, sorry. All right, these glasses are dirty. Let me sit here and let's plan this out. Oh, it says everybody's gone. Bye. Everybody's gone. That's okay. I think it said that for a long time, though. I'm not sure. All right, we need the connector pieces. So how are we going to do this? We're going to have... I think we're going to have this think I should route these wires to the back first, which means more glue on the side here. And that too. It's not going the right way. It's got to go. Well, I guess it can go that way. What am I talking about? Okay. So, let's get this out of the way. I'm thinking out loud here. So sorry. We're going to try to twist this up a little bit better. I'm going to unplug it from the FPV Combat. I never explained what we're doing at the beginning of this stream. It's at the end of the stream, but we're continuing on here. And I've got to switch cameras. Yeah, I should just breathe. I know. Thank you. Okay. I never said what we were doing. We're doing the FPV Combat plane, of course. Because that's what we've been doing for the last multitude of weeks. Ever since we finished the Flurkin. Okay. Now, this I don't want to do yet. Let's get this sorted out first. So let's get this out of the way. That out of the way. All right. Oops, I just twisted it the wrong way. I twisted this backwards. Must have had it pointing the other direction. Okay. Okay, so this is going to come from the back and go. So we're going to actually have to, oh, I just screwed up. I made these too short. Of all things to make too short. What an idiot. So, we're going to make a connector. Let's get some black and some red. Let's set this aside. We're going to start with the connector. So black and red, we're going to just take some out of here. Doesn't matter how long. This long. We're just going to cut it. We won't even cut it yet. We're just going to put connectors on the end of these. So let's get our connector stuff. I hate when I screw up, but I do that all the time. So we need socket connectors. We need 3 of them. And we need our stripper. Of the Death Star. Ah, yes, that's what happened. Well, it's probably on my end. Our internet here is, could be better. Could be better quality. Okay, I've got this twisted. I need my pliers at the ready. I need to change my glasses to the super high mag glasses. Get this ready and we'll do this. We'll see if we can do this on camera. The way I do it. We're going to put a red wire in and use my little thumbnail to hold it down. Give it a little pinch. That way it'll stay there. Then we're going to stick it in here. I hope I got that. That one's a good one. So far. Okay, we're just doing one at a time here, I guess. So we'll strip this one. I strip it about 3 millimeters, I guess. Get it in the connector. Give it a little pinch. And do the crimper. That's too far in. There we go. It's less than perfect, but not imperfect enough to complain. Okay, so there's two. Now the third one is going to be more difficult because I've already put all this together for some dumb reason. Okay. So the green wire is the one that we want to connect, and we don't want to lose any more length off of it. It's already too short. And sorry, let's get the camera moved. About 3 millimeters of strippage. And then our connector. This is like a meditation almost. Trying to repeat yourself and not goof up, and keep it in the camera and talk yourself through it. It's like a meditation. Okay. I hope that was on camera. Now we have these three wires, and it's LED, power, and then ground. So we're going to get a 3-pin connector out of the drawer. It's up here somewhere. Do we have 3? Oh, yes. I was going to get scared and have to start taking something apart to get one. Okay, we've got one. Okay. So we're going to put this connector together, and then we're going to measure the power wires to bring them all the way where we need to. And if I have to, I will just tack on some wires onto the end of this to make it long enough. Okay, so we're going to have on this, we're going to have my super high mag glasses again. The green wire is going to go on the outside pin. Try to get this in camera. And then, as usual with these connectors, oh, that one went in. I didn't have to push it. Okay, then power is going to be in the middle pin. You want to get that satisfying click. I'm sure the click didn't come through into my microphone, but okay. I'm going to twist that up a little bit. And I'm going to keep twisting it. Like so. Then we're going to actually plug it into the LED port. Okay. So I have a little bit of slack there. It's not so bad. Okay, so the next thing is this. So what I think I need to do here is solder these together with another pigtail to go to the back. That way I have a little bit of slack back there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to figure that out. So we're going to have 3 wires together. So these guys get cut off all right there. Like so. Then we're going to strip that longer than we usually do. And we're going to take another red one. This is almost like making a network cable. Strip that one longer than we usually do. We're going to take this red one. We'll strip this one longer. And we're going to join them all together. Like so. Oh, the soldering iron's off. We're going to turn the soldering iron on. Can't get it much better than that. And we're going to get some protective tape because we need to... Okay. Good luck, sir, with your furnace. I'm sorry. I'm glad you have an alarm. I'm glad you got all that stuff automated. If I'm still here, I will be glad to have you back. If you're not, then I will see you next week. Okay, we're just going to solder this. I'm not even going to touch it anymore because it's... Oh, it just came. I messed it up when I moved the box. I messed it all up. I had it good enough and I screwed it up. Okay. This is just to protect solder from splattering. Don't, oh, please. Just stay, oh, shit. Shit. Damn it, I had it. I had it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're not going to let go of it. We're going to get this soldering over here. We're going to get some on the tip. We're just going to suck it in there. Ow. All I need to do is get it to stick together long enough so it sticks together. Then I can try to do better. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by holding them with pliers. And getting more solder on it. It's good enough. That's the worst, but it's just for lights. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with the black one. We're going to cut this off. Because we still have to do this again. Okay, the black one, we're going to have Another length of black wire. Same. Okay, get this out of the way. Okay, now we're going to strip. We're doing all right. We're not perfect, but this is the way we're going to do all three, so I might as well get used to it. Twisty. And we have a couple more black ones over here. And another black one. Lighting always takes me the longest. Oh, Merry Christmas to you too. If I don't see you, Robert, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Santa's coming to town. All that stuff. Okay, we're going to do this again. We're going to burn my fingers a second time. Get these lined up. I don't know how good I have this on camera. I apologize in advance. They just don't twist up that good and stay twisted. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry if I'm off camera. I'm just going to try to get... Ow. It's hot. I think it's good. Now this one we're going to do it a little bit better. I think that made it worse. But it did all melt through. Alright, so now we got to get a heat shrink on these things. This is the, oh, it's coming apart already. Isn't it? Yep. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're going to try this better. We're going to do this. And let's see if it can be like we were tinning all these things together. Let's do this one first, like that. There, that should be better. Had to get some real serious amount of solder on there. Okay, now we'll get the positive side. Just get it to stick. Like that. And then we will do just like a giant tinning operation here. There we go. That should be better. Okay, I'm gonna kill myself. There. Those should not come apart. Okay. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm choking myself now. These would be good. We should use those and then put the heat shrink on top of that. These are the antenna ends from the R9 antennas. Look at that. Hey. And we covered that whole thing with heat shrink. And I had a piece of heat shrink. Where did it go? Here it is. Too small. Bigger piece of heat shrink will be needed, folks. This piece. This will be the last thing that we do. Okay. So we're going to cut this about that long. Pretty huge. But it's going to be in a harsh environment by this ESC and stuff. Okay. And then we will cut this properly at the end here. Oh, maybe sort of properly. Now we're going to cover up a little bit more of this area here so I don't damage anything in here. Then I'm going to try to. Okay, we're going to switch to this camera here. Folks, we're almost done. I'm going to start saying goodnight. We did make it through another whole live stream without me screwing anything up too badly, which is pretty good. So, last thing we're doing. Oh, this tape just doesn't want to stick. We're going to heat shrink this. You want to kind of be careful because it's a plastic 3D printed fuselage here, so we don't want to burn that. Okay, that'll work. I don't know if that came in on camera or not, but there. I'm sorry that we didn't quite get it done. The electronics are still not finished, unbelievably. But what we'll do next is we will route these wires. So we now have a blue. Ooh, that's still hot. I'm going to wrap it around one more time. And then we're going to have these 3 wires go out to, let's start twisting them so they're ready to go. So we're going to join these 3 wires to these 3 wires. And we'll do that through just soldering them together. If I ever had to repair it, I'd have to cut it. So I have a lot of extra, and we have some little extra. This will go through the hole down the side here. And all this mess will just stay up here in the ESC cavity. So it should be good. It's all going to work out. So next week, we'll still be in 2022. Hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all the things, all the different holidays everybody has this time of year, but well, whatever. I'm all for all of them. So I hope everybody has a good holiday. And which one is that one? That's that one. And that everybody's happy and healthy. Good night.